Have you ever asked yourself, what exactly do I hate? Well, we certainly have. We hate the combo player that tutors every turn or an answer to something we just resolved. We hate the control player casting spells during our turn. And we hate the aggro player for creating more bodies than we have blockers. While we have played a lot of games, we've never played a game with a 100% foolproof strategy. In this universe we share, everything has flaws and every flaw can be exploited. Join us as we explore those exploits, spelunking into the salt mine's depths to discuss Magic as a game is built on enemy colors and mechanical rivalries. These are sometimes referred to as hoser cards, and they destroy, prohibit, or prevent something specific. Hoser cards can target colors, as in Magistrate's Veto, Carpet of Flowers, and Major Terror, all of which hate out a specific color, the color usually being one of the card's enemy colors. Enemy colors are colors that are opposed to one another on the color pie. A simple example is white, the color of order, being enemies with black, the color of selfishness, and red, the color of passion. Every color has two enemies, as well as allies, which are the two colors to the left and right. The hosers for mechanics are far more elegant in their execution. Spells like Ugin's Nexus, Roiling Vortex, and No Mercy each ensure that a particular act, those being taking extra turns, gaining life, and attacking, are prevented, prohibited, or destroyed, respectively. There are a myriad of strategies that are snuffed out by one particular card. Most hoser effects are low in mana cost and can easily be slotted into a deck as needed. For our fellow EDH-only players, this is what a sideboard is for. It serves as a collection of cards that the deck might need in some matchups, but doesn't need in all of them, and the cards from your sideboard can be swapped in and out as needed in between matches. Of course, there are strategies involving many of these effects all in one deck, and we just want to say that we find that to be overkill. These cards are legitimate silver bullets, and knowing what kind of monster you're facing up against is what's most important when deciding which to add to the deck. Did you think of an answer to what you hate most? Okay, so you hate your opponent having more cards in hand than you. Then creatures like Alms Collector will keep both you and your opponent equal by limiting their ability to draw and letting you draw whenever they would draw. Maybe you hate the effect that exiles a creature then returns it into play. Containment Priest exists just to impede that strategy. Collector Oof shuts down artifacts. Soulless Jailer prevents anything from being reanimated, on top of stopping spells with flashback, or non-creatures from being cast from Cascade. Hushbringer turns off a lot of creature-based strategies, and Rest in Peace prevents all players from even having a graveyard, prohibiting an entire zone from players. Just one of these can topple an unprepared strategy, and even when your opponent is packing answers, isn't it better for them to abrupt decay your enchantment that is really only hurting them, instead of a creature or artifact you might need to win? We feel like it is. We need to get into metagames to explain this topic any further, and since we can't know what your playgroup looks like, we're gonna have to call it here. Next time you're looking down a strategy you've seen one too many times, remember that somewhere in Magic's extensive history is a card designed to hate those cards out of the game like Kendrick did Drake. Let us know what you hate most in the comments and subscribe! Shoutouts to long-term subscribers Damon X Blaze, Necromancy for Kids, and Wilkerson Whittle. We've been Rude Kaiser, the magnanimous madman made monarch, hoping our hate will fuel your fury.